Wonderful time as usual, family, friends, wherever you'll be watching from. I know this is going to bless you beyond doubt and beyond borders and beyond wherever you may be. We love you. This is Chileshe Simble, Nations Lifestyle TV. I'm very committed to just seeing you blessed and get into deeper dimension with your spirituality, with your family, and with every endeavor of your life and every hemisphere of your life. Okay, because God's will is that you must get blessed. Okay, so in the other video I did, family that you live beyond wealth that you live beyond you. Okay, so today I'm going to do a part two of family wealthy. Okay, family wealthy. Okay, now um, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for a family to be declared that they are wealthy. Okay, it's simple, but again, it is not that easy. Okay, it's something that has to go beyond an individual, beyond a breadwinner, beyond uh, it's beyond being special. Okay, family being wealth or being rich, it goes beyond just an individual. Yes, it starts with an individual, but it does not need to end with an individual because um, family is family wealthy is a combination of the unity that is there in the family. Okay, it is the combination of the unity. Okay, so again, we cannot talk about family without talking about a nation's wealthy or riches. Okay, so for a nation to be also declared as a rich nation or a high income or a high earning economy, it takes a lot of families to come out of poverty. Okay, to come out of poverty. And what I need you to understand about poverty is in different dimensions. Poverty is not just the lack of money, though it is part of it, but poverty is poor healthy, okay, lack of good connections. Um, Poverty is also lack of ideas. Poverty is also uh, lack of unity. Okay, where there is disunity, there cannot be connections. Okay, then poverty also is poor health systems. Okay, so poverty has got a lot of dimensions: social insecurity. All those areas, when you put them together, they form what we call poverty. So when we say a family or a nation is poor, we are talking of those dimensions. Okay, now I said one thing. I said being rich as a family, or wealthy, or just one individual to be rich, they have to also have a family that is wealthy. Because if you are rich without a family being rich or people around you that are rich, you will still be put back in poverty because you cannot live without your loved ones being okay. Okay, you'll be forced to extend hands. Though in our African culture nowadays, it's about individualism. Okay, it's about getting rich alone. And if you really look at it, the family doesn't really rise. Okay, doesn't really rise. Even the rich people don't remain rich because the burden is too much. You find the health issues will come in. You find depressions will come in because you have to dispatch your resources, your few resources among um, a lot of people. Okay, but if a lot of you are rich, the burden is what is lesser. Okay, now what I want you to understand is this: when God wants to prosper a family, he begins with one person. When God wants to prosper a nation, he begins with an individual. Though an individual must not remain rich alone, though even if an individual may have the wealthy alone, it will still finish because the way God has designed this, we are designed to work together, to work as a community, to work as a society. Okay, this is why he may begin with one person. Abraham, leave your father's house, Go to the land where I will show you. Then, when he's talking to Abraham as an individual, he says, I will make your name great. Then he says, all the families of the earth shall be blessed through you. So, Abraham, you are an individual, but you are going to be my starting point of a blessing on the earth. Okay. So, when you are a breadwinner, when you are meant to be rich, it doesn't mean the riches have to end with you. Okay, you are just a starting point for many. Okay, when a breakthrough happens that has never happened in the family, just know that you are the beginning of the blessing for many others. But this is not so in families where, most especially, witchcraft is common, where also there is also, some background evil things. You find that when one person is rich, everyone anchors on that person until that person exhausts his resources and he goes back to be poor like any of us. But if we are going to be rich and it's going to be a blessing of Abraham, it will take beginning with one individual, Abraham, then it goes into the family, then it goes into the next generation, then it becomes a national wealthy. Okay, a national wealthy. Okay, so look at the life also of Joseph. Joseph is betrayed by his own brothers, but God allows it because it is an orchestration of heaven. It is a mandate of heaven. It was discussed in the council of heaven that one person must go ahead of the other family members in order to save them in the future from the global crisis that is coming. So what happens to Joseph? Joseph finds himself as a prime minister. But you know what Joseph does? Joseph understands the will of God. He doesn't start brushing it on the face of the family. Now me, I'm happening. You betrayed me. He understands that for wealthy to stand, for riches to remain, there has to be unity and wealthy to be shared among. Okay. And he understood that he was a starting point. Even him being betrayed by his own brothers was an orchestration of heaven. Okay. So you see Joseph, he gets the throne. The whole family is seated in the palace and they're eating. That's the will of God. The will of God is not for one person to remain alone bearing the burdens. Okay. So if you're that Christian who has been waiting to prove a point to your own brothers or to show them that you are somebody, or to show them that you have money, what and what, believe you me, you may not have that wealthy, or God will wait for you until the day you understand that the money resources that you put in the hands, it is not just for you and your children alone, but it is for every family member that will be there. Okay. So how do you may be asking a question, say, but how do I get to push the family when the family doesn't want to be pushed? There are sometimes in the family, these families, when you're bringing ideas, you're trying to help, and you're not really all of you moving at the same pace. But how do you get your family to the place where every one of you matches together? Number one, you have to understand that not all of you are the same. Not all of you have the same destinies. Okay, that's important. You are united as a family, yes, but you are not, all of you do not have the same destiny. You may have, yes, similar destinies. You may all of you get to the place where you're doing the same business, yes. But even in the same business, even in the same career, even in the same spiritual atmosphere, God does diversifies abilities, strength, wisdoms among you again. Okay, so the first thing that has to do, if you want to resolve that problem, number one, okay, this is number two. Number one, you understand that all of you are the same. Number two, stress a little bit to find out what others are good in and put them in the rightful position. So, rightful position, number two. Number three, always understand that as an individual, when you succeed, if as a nation all of you are going to be rich, you're going to create good hospitals, you're going to have good food systems, you're going to have good governance, you're going to have this and this, you will have to share the ideas, you will have to dispatch. Okay, so number three, if you're going to pull your family out, number three, understand that you need to share ideas, you need to share resources. Okay, you need to to grow together with the people. Okay, in sharing, there's growing together. Okay, so if each one of us would want all of us to grow together, to become wealthy as individuals, what we need to understand is that wealthy is for everyone, though God starts with an individual. He may start with you, but your prayer must not be to prove a point. Your prayer must not to hold on to the wealthy alone. The prayer must be, you must not hold on to the opportunities alone, but there must be dispatched and shared if you are to stand as a rich person. Okay, that's why when you look at nations today like China, okay, even their governmental system at that level, it is a system that they have, though the wealth of the nation is in the hands of the government, but they have dispatched it among the citizens. Okay, they believe in the dispatching. It's not like the US kind of economy that is capitalist, where they believe in individualism rising and all those things. But if you look at what China has done um, in the last 40 years, 30 years, in 3 decades, you find that it has removed more than half of its people from poverty. Okay, so even people that become rich alone, they dispatch it. People that work together, they easily rise together, because nothing will limit them, no bill will limit them, no debt will limit them, because they are sharing in strength and they are sharing in weaknesses. Okay, so this is all that I have for you today in this inspirational and happy session. Take good care. See you next time as I bring the number 3 on the wealthy of the family, or wealth that lives beyond you. Thank you. Take good care. See you next time. The Lord bless you.